of Tuesdays with Toby. My name is Toby Frierson, and I am thrilled that you all have come back today to hear part 3 of Kelly's journey. Those of you who were able to join us last week, you actually heard about the emotional toll that having something like cancer has taken on Kelly, and she talked a little bit about her coping mechanisms. Today, we're excited to tell you about how you can help. Please join us as Kelly shares some things about what has been helping her get through such a battle and such a fight. And so we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much for being back. If you were not with us last week, we are on a 4-part series right now. We've already done 2 parts, so please stop this video, hop back 2 weeks and check out the discovery, and then also check out last week's message, which talked about the emotional toll. And then today, like I just said, we are gonna focus on how you can help. But before we do that, please look behind me and let's say our family rules together as we do each week. During Tuesdays with Toby, we will use kind words, do your best, always be honest, forgive and forget, be happy, count your blessings, laugh at yourself, stay positive, and love one another. I appreciate you guys being back with us today. Go ahead and lean in and be really, really attentive, and let's get into part 3 of Kelly's journey. Hi everyone, just like I said just now, we are back for episode number 3 of Kelly's journey, and today we're just excited to have you back on the platform. Kelly, how are you?
I'm doing great.
All right,
Thank you for
fantastic.
having me.
Yeah, definitely glad to talk to you today, essentially about how you've been receiving support and how people can help, and maybe even getting into how you all can help as well. So my very first question is, who's helping you right now? Is there anybody that you would say has been really supporting you, and what does that look like?
Okay, well, I'm actually gonna take things back a little bit.
Sure.
I will say that my soapbox, or one of my soapboxes throughout this experience, is to make sure you have your own financial safety net. Because literally, in a moment's notice, you may have to take off work for months at a time.
Oh my, income just stops.
And how are you gonna pay your bills?
Wow.
How are you going to feed yourself, your families? So I'll tell my friends now to, stop getting those lattes and whatever else you get.
Oh, Starbucks, Dunkin' people, she's talking to you.
Every week, and just see how much that adds up to be, and take that money and get you a cancer policy if you don't have one. Because at 37 years old, you would not have been able to make me believe that I would be out of work, indefinitely. And so I have a cancer policy that, God, I say his infinite wisdom made me get at the beginning of my career.
Oh wait, are you telling us right now that this was actually in place prior to this happening to you?
Yeah, I have been paying, just paying into this policy.
Wow.
And so that's why I tell people, cover yourselves, have that financial safety net, because you never know what life is going to bring.
Wow.
So that's first. So then the next support, of course, my family. Of course, everybody's been supportive in, just a myriad of ways. And they always say we just will do what we gotta do for you. Right. Just whatever you need, we got it, we'll be there for you, just let us know. Friends, co-workers, church members, everybody's been very giving, just very generous, and I appreciate it. And I always go back to my friend Tiffany, who told me forcibly that—
Oh, you never called her name, Tiffany, last episode, that was you.
that I will take what people give me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So my church back at home, they've held prayer calls on Zoom. Right. And I've invited, other people that I know to join. And so, I just have a very huge army of support. I also have a therapist, Miss Tanya Samuels.
Okay.
I met her at church, and she's phenomenal.
Wow.
Just a phenomenal lady, and you know, she gets right into the heart of things. And so I would say to anybody who is afraid of getting counseling, or you know, you're just unsure about it, just try it.
Right.
You can go online and find people who speak to your specific need, your specific issue. And then, like I said, just try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep going.
Right.
You know, but definitely try.
So you would say that there's a big difference between speaking to your family members, speaking to your friends, speaking to your coworkers, and then speaking to your therapist. Those are different. Those are different
domains, different
conversations
you would have.
Wow.
Of course, with the therapist, you can share anything, you know, and it's just between you and the therapist.
That's fantastic.
So,
yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that in terms of how people can help and how people are helping you. Are there any national organizations? I mean, we see things all the time, 5Ks for breast cancer and this and that. Like, is there any, what does that look like? What does a breast cancer organization support look like for someone who might be going through what you're going through?
Well, a lot of the ones I've researched have, of course, they help with research for breast cancer, like Susan G. Komen. A lot of them assist with your utility bills, your transportation to and from treatment. There are even some that give scholarships to the breast cancer survivor or their children.
Oh, wow.
There's just a lot of different organizations out there. I will say that once I began receiving treatment, I was paired with a hospital social worker.
Okay.
And so she told me, you know, anything I need, let her know. Like, because as a cancer patient, she said, you should want for nothing. And so, of course, with me being, you know, Super Kelly, who handles everything.
You're fiercely independent.
Yes, that was like, what? And so she has had to have that conversation with me multiple times.
Okay.
But they have helped with gas cards.
Wow.
When I explained, you know, how far my parents were traveling, they helped with gas cards. They paid my utility bills.
And let's put a pin in that. How far do your parents live from you, and how far are they traveling? Because again, this episode is how can we help, you know? So.
My parents travel about 300 miles, 350 miles.
Wow.
To and from.
That is very taxing. So within hours, it takes them blank amount of hours to get to you.
About 4 hours to get to me.
Wow, everyone, it takes Kelly's parents about 4 hours to get to her. Now, while her mom is retired, her father still works. And so this is a very, very, you know, this has been going on since last December. And here we are almost a year into your journey. So
yes, and I thank God that I can say it's been a year.
That's right. Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about spirituality and whether you're receiving any spiritual support right now. And if so, what does that look like? And would you say that your spiritual walk or perhaps your faith has played a role in this journey?
Oh, most definitely. Before I knew the confirmed diagnosis, one of my pastors, Pastor Tanika Williams, called. She prayed for me and she helped me, you know, just kind of, just like my mom, we're not claiming anything.
That's Pastor T.
We're not claiming anything right now.
That's
we're just
Pastor
going to
T.
go in here and hear what the doctors have to say. But on this side, before you hear anything, we're not claiming anything except for God's peace. And then after the diagnosis, she called and she prayed with me again, and she told me that I would, and I'm gonna mess this up.
That's okay. We're paraphrasing you, Pastor T. It's a paraphrase.
She said that I would be successful in my fight, that she's walked with a lot of people through cancer, and that I would be able to share my testimony
about
how God healed me And so I've held on to that, those affirmations. I have Bible verses in my bathroom that I say. My mom has recently been making me say more scriptures and affirmations.
We gotta love our mamas.
She'll say, come on, wake up. It's time to quote this
Whatever
she picked out.
Right, yeah.
So yes, and like I said, the prayer calls.
Absolutely.
From back home, St. Mary's Road United Methodist Church.
Wow. And then the name of your church here in Savannah?
The name of my church here is Hope City.
Okay.
Hope City.
Fantastic.
They have they fasted for me. They prayed. So I really appreciate all of that. And phone calls, people just reaching out to me in different ways to let me know they are pulling for me.
Now, you already set this up for us last episode, and you said it a couple times this episode, so I know I'm going to get in trouble for asking this question, but I'm going to ask it. And so since this is, this episode is all about how people can help, or, what can we do, and also telling how people have helped. If you had 3 things right now that you would consider 3 needs, what would be something that you could share with everybody who's listening? That would be 3 needs that you have right now in this moment. And you cannot use spinach dip because we're going to go get that in a few minutes.
Well, 3 needs. Well, okay, so 1 need definitely is a gift card to Publix or Kroger or whatever grocery store, because I'm trying to eat more organic food.
That's right. We talked about the organic journey, and it's very expensive. It is very expensive.
And so that would be something. You said 3. I guess the gas card for my parents because they are traveling so far. The 3rd one, I don't know if I can come up with the 3rd one.
It's fine to use something like prayers or things like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Encouragement.
Right. So those text messages.
Text messages. I really would like somebody to write me a letter, like a real handwritten letter.
All right, folks, we got any writers out there? Kelly said it needs to be a poem. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that. But yeah, that's funny. We've lost that art of writing. I'm very wordy, and so my favorite thing is cards. I love, give me a good old Hallmark. Oh, you got my heart. I love receiving cards, and so you heard Kelly express those needs. She would love to have a letter. So anybody reach out to me if you need her contact information for those things. But thank you. I know it's very hard to share what we need, particularly when we're for real in moments of need, and we understand that you're going through quite a challenge right now. And so we look forward to getting you those Publix cards and getting you gas cards and writing you a letter. We look forward to doing those things. So Tuesdays with Tobe family, don't let me down on this, for sure. So Kelly, as we think about people and how can people help, you got any thank yous right now for the folks who've already helped stepped in? We'll take this moment and let you do a few thank yous, and you can be broad. You don't have to call the person name, just in case. Be broad. Georgia Southern friends, I'm just helping you there.
Right, the whole world. Thank you for reaching out to me. Because I don't ever want to miss someone.
That's it.
I just, like I said before, I spent the first 3 months literally crying about how God has poured out his love for me. Through so many people, near and far.
That's right.
And I appreciate everybody. I appreciate every thought, every gift, every card, every I love you, every text message, anytime you just thought about me, maybe you didn't reach out, but you just thought about me. I really appreciate everyone just being on my side throughout this entire process. And my 2 friends, I will call their names.
There you go. There you go.
Dr. Princess Thomas and Dr. Melanie Witten, who were or are friends of mine from my childhood, who have made themselves available for questions, like my after hours questions, after appointments, or maybe mom and I didn't understand something that my doctor said. I could call them, and I thank you for being there.
That's awesome. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this third episode of Kelly's Journey. We certainly hope that you found strength and encouragement and hope in everything that she shared about the power of people and how people have helped her throughout this journey. We're so grateful to all of you who actually know Kelly personally, and you are a part of that, everyone just now. And then we certainly thank you to the doctors and the therapists and the co-workers and the church families and to her actual family. We're really thrilled. So we hope that you're going to come back next week. We're going to wrap things up with the fourth episode of Kelly's Journey. And for today, we hope you like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care.